Hi guys, and welcome back to these Canary Island travel vlogs. This is our Fuerteventura travels part 2. In this vlog we're going to be going to so many different places. It's so exciting. I haven't really got too much to say, I just want you to see everything that we did and hopefully enjoy the video. So let's get straight into it. Good afternoon everyone. So today we are going straight in. We have come to Ajuy today. Ajuy is famous for its black sand beach and spectacular caves, the most famous caves in Fuerteventura. As you begin your journey into the caves, you're greeted by the cutest little goats and tiny chipmunks. They all seem to be surprisingly friendly, most likely due to the amount of tourists that visit and often feed them. The caves here were declared a natural monument in 1987 and are fully protected by the Betancuria Rural Park. They're estimated to be centuries old and are the oldest formations in the Canary Islands. Created by the flow of lava and sediment that came to the surface and formed the island 100 million years ago. So going to visit these caves is essentially viewing the origins of Fuerteventura and the Canary Islands themselves. Again, as I mentioned in the last Fuerteventura vlog, most beaches here are naturist beaches, so be aware you're likely to see some nudists. But to be honest, the views here are so beautiful that I don't think you'll be looking at anything else. I really enjoyed going here today. It's one of my favourite places that I visited. It's just so beautiful and I've never seen anything else like this before. I would definitely say this is 100% must see if you ever visit Fuerteventura. Something I loved in particular about this beach was the black sand. It's just so unique and it's something that you don't see every day in many places. Black sand is usually formed by eroded volcanic materials such as lava, rocks and other dark coloured minerals and things. Obviously the Canary Islands of Fuerteventura is a highly volcanic place, so this is why you get black sand beaches like this. Oh, it's been such a long day. I didn't realise how much climbing there was going to be to get into that cave, and I was wearing the complete wrong shoes. But we did it, and finally we're here at the beach able to relax just as the sun's starting to set, so it's a really nice end to the day. Today is a new day and we have come to Oasis Wildlife. It's the only zoo in Fuerteventura. Here they have many animal experiences where you can really get up close and personal with the animals. We didn't do any of these as we didn't have time. We had more places to visit after this, so we had to try and get around the zoo as quickly as possible. It was harder than we thought, as the zoo is literally massive. It felt like I'd run a marathon by the time we'd finished, and it took a lot longer than we thought too. So we ended up not having much time in the other places that we visited later on. But we still had a really nice time. I especially enjoyed the giraffes. They're just such beautiful and gentle creatures. Now, I don't agree with animals in captivity. However, I do think that zoos do a lot of good for some species in terms of helping stop the extinctions and allowing animals that wouldn't survive in the wild in current day circumstances to continue on. The enclosures here were actually some of the largest I've ever seen, and it didn't really feel like a zoo, it felt more like a walk-in safari. So that was really reassuring for me to see that the animals have such a big and wide space. We then visited Costa Calma beach, not too far from the zoo, situated in the south of Fuerteventura. This beach is your typical paradise beach, white sand and turquoise water. It's roughly 2 kilometres long and one of the most accessible beaches in this area. This was another one of my favourite beaches. Unfortunately, we didn't have long here due to our longer than planned zoo trip. After spending some time here, we quickly made our way to Jandia National Park to watch the sunset. Today we have just come back from Lanzarote, which you will see in our vlog next week, and we are continuing on our travels here in Fuerteventura. Today we have come to Dunas de Correlejo Natural Park. These sand dunes are the largest in the Canary Islands, reaching heights of 50 metres above sea level, and were declared a natural park in 1982. Sand dunes are formed by wind, which pushes the sand together and on top of each other until these mountains form. You can see where there's no footprints of travellers, the patterns of the wind in the sand. Exploring these sand dunes almost feels like you're in a desert, miles and miles of sand and only dragonflies and other small reptiles to keep you company. As you reach the top of the highest sand dune, you can see a long beach and an amazing view of Lobos Island just across the water. It takes some time to cross these sand dunes to get to the beach. I guess depending on how fit you are, you could make it faster, but these dunes are so large it's definitely not easy to get up and down. A good little workout to go along with your travels. So we've just gone over the sand dunes and now we've ended up at this little beach on the other side. We needed to sit down somewhere for sure. Nice little place to cool off after you've done all of that. It's quite hard work, you know, going up and down those sand dunes. Our next location took us to Piscina Natural, which is a hidden rock pool in Caleta de Fuste. Now, I was expecting this pool to be somewhere along the beach, but I was wrong. It's actually further along into the big dark volcanic rocks. You can only visit here when the tide is low and the ocean water is left behind. When I found this spot online, it was noted as a hidden gem. However, when I arrived, it's safe to say it's not so much hidden anymore. There were quite a few other tourists there enjoying the pool. However, I still managed to get some shots in the few minutes that there was no one in it. To get to the pool, you have to climb down the rocks, which is relatively easy, but it's still a good idea to wear proper shoes, not sliders like us. As the pool is also surrounded by rocks, walking around or getting into the pool can hurt your feet. I saw a lot of other people wearing those swimming shoes with a sole to protect their feet. I really love this place. It's so out of the way from civilization, it just felt so peaceful. The water was so refreshing, and the pool itself is actually quite deep. Although it doesn't look it as the water is so clear, you can see the bottom. However, you cannot touch the bottom. This pool is one of the most prettiest things I've ever seen. After this, we went home to freshen up before going out for some dinner. Just a side note here, when you go out to a restaurant here in Fuerteventura, there's a thing where they give you a shot on the house with your bill. All good restaurants will do it. Some might not because they'll know you're a tourist, so you won't know better, but you can request it if they don't offer you, and more than likely they'll do it for you. So we're at the airport, not because we're catching our flight yet, but because we've had a bit of trouble with this car rental company. So we decided to go with Top Car, and I mean, the car was lovely, it was great, it took us many places that we wanted to go, but when it was time for us to go to Lanzarote, they said that we'd have to pay more to go to Lanzarote, which we didn't know that. A lot of the other car rental companies, you don't have to pay to go to Lanzarote on a ferry or anything. So there was that, and then today we were meant to give the car back at 1 o'clock, and we decided because we wanted to go to a few more places before we catch our flight, we wanted to give the car back a few hours later, you know, like when we actually come to the airport to leave. So we called them up and asked if we could extend the time for a couple of hours, and they wanted, what was it, another 90 euros for that. So we decided we didn't want to pay that. So basically we've come to the airport, we've given the car back, it's 1 o'clock now, and now we're gonna rent another car for 4 hours, which is 25 euros to do that. So you know, it's a lot cheaper. So yeah, now I'm just standing here with Ray, waiting for money to come with the new car that we're gonna have for 4 hours. Right, here we go. This is our new car for the next 3 hours. Oh, sorry. Was it worth it? I don't know. We'll find out. So it is our last day here in Fuerteventura. Our flight is actually later on today, but we thought we would quickly go and see our last spot before we get on the flight. So today we're going to be going to Popcorn Beach. So yeah, last destination of the trip, hopefully it's a good one. Popcorn Beach, otherwise known as Playa del Bajo de la Burra, isn't your typical beach. Instead of rocks or sand, this beach is covered with these small white algae fossils that look remarkably similar to popcorn. These marine algae are called rhodoliths, and although initially red in colour, they turn white over time. The waves push them ashore, also giving them their unique shape. This natural phenomenon can be observed in other beaches too, but Popcorn Beach is one of the most impressive. Definitely wear shoes here, as it does hurt your feet to walk barefoot, and enjoy the views of the waves crashing into the volcanic rocks. When the tide is low, there's also some small rock pools to explore. This place has so many things to offer and is a must-see if you're visiting this area. So we just stopped off at KFC. We thought we would try it before we leave to see if it's any different to the UK. What's the verdict, Manny?
It's not seasoned. KFC, the hot wings are similar.
Yeah, the hot wings are very similar to the UK. Like, I would say they're pretty much the same. But everything else, like the original recipe chicken and the strips and stuff, the seasoning's just not the same. Like those iconic 11 herbs and spices, they're just not there. It was the same in Nepal, wasn't it? In Nepal it was like completely different, didn't taste like KFC at all. With this though, I can tell that it's KFC, but it's just like there's a lot less seasoning, I would say. But overall,
well, we got the
feels the craving, definitely.
vegan ones, we haven't tried yet.
Yeah, we got some vegan ones as well for Ray. They look like they're actually the best ones, so there you go.
They are okay, have a bite. They do taste for vegan.
See, the vegan ones, they taste the same as they do in the
Yeah.
UK. They do.
Probably even better.
What do you think, Ray? What's the verdict? Yummy? So we're on the way to the airport now, so that's a wrap for our Canary Islands journeys.
This is it, guys. Back to reality.
Back to reality now. How you feeling, Manny?
I feel great.
I feel sad to leave, but I'm happy to be going home at the same time.
Looking forward to the cold weather.
Oh, I'm definitely looking forward to the cold weather.
Yeah. It's minus out here.
Yeah, it's -2 in the UK at the minute, so that's great to go back to. So what was your favourite place that we went to in Fuerteventura?
Oh, I kind of like the last one today.
Which one? Popcorn Beach?
Popcorn Beach.
Really?
I haven't seen anything like that anywhere.
Yeah, it is quite unique.
Yeah. Just like that black beach, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, actually, I really liked the black beach that was here. Ajuy, or whatever it's called. I'm probably pronouncing it so wrong. But the one that had the caves, there was a black beach there as well, and I think that was really nice.
The pool.
Yeah, I was gonna say the pool, the natural pool that we went to. That was so gorgeous as well. Thanks for watching this far. I hope you enjoyed this series. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment below your thoughts. If you don't know me, I upload on Fridays, so if you want to see my face on your screens every Friday, then hit that subscribe button, and we will be seeing you again in our next travel vlogs.
See you later, guys.
Bye. Ray, say bye.
Bah. Bah.